Okay, Rabbi, welcome back. Happy to be back after after Sukkot and a little bit of Bein Hazmanim. You know, I still feel like an oisgeklapt Hashana. You know what that means? A beaten willow. But takes a little time to get back to ourselves. But Baruch Hashem, like I said, a good winter. So we're going to talk about the din about women. If they make Havdalah, do they drink the Havdalah wine? Anyone who is from birth, anyone who is FFB knows that women will keep as far away as possible from Havdalah wine, because if they drink it, they will grow a beard, right? So this is well known. Oh, that's the question. How do you know this? And is there any source for it? Oh, so first of all, we're talking about this topic because it has to do with Bereshit and Noach. So right in between parts Bereshit and Noach, the Gemara says, "Vaychal Noach isha adam v'ita korem." So it says that Noach began right after he came out of Teva. He started planting, and he planted a vineyard, and the Gemara understands that Vaychal means from Lashon of Chulin. Basically, it was a deprecation that God was upset at Noach that he planted a vineyard. Amar Zakai, Amar Noach, you should have learned from Adam Rishon. Adam Rishon, all of his problems, all of our problems, was caused by yain, by grapes. Why in the world would you reiterate the same mistake? Adam Rishon's chet was through yain, and now you go ahead and the first thing you plant is yain, right? And the Gemara says, like Rameir says, the Eitz Hadas Mitoivira was a yain. The Gemara says, because there is nothing worse than wine that could bring a destruction onto man, or to bring unsavory situations when a person gets drunk. So we see that wine represents some type of evilness, and therefore this is the source that it was actually wine. Was the Eitz Hadas, was the pre that Adam ate. Then the Gemara brings a different shita with chita or with te'ena. That's the Gemara says, Noach, why are you planting a vineyard, grapes? That was a downfall of Adam, so that's not the first thing you should have planted. Okay, so we're going to talk about this a little bit. So before we discuss whether if women drink wine of the Havdalah, if they grow a beard or not. Someone asked me if red wine, they get a red beard, white wine, white beard. Before we get involved in the beard situation, we have to discuss something more fundamental. First we have to discuss, is a woman mechuyev in the mitzvah of Havdalah? That's like the point of the parsha. Is a woman mechuyev in the mitzvah of Havdalah? And then we can discuss the drinking of the wine issue. But the truth is, before we discuss that, we have to discuss why are men mechuyev in the mitzvah of Havdalah, right? And then we'll discuss women, and then we'll discuss the color of the beard. Okay? So where did it come from, this concept of Havdalah? Right? Where did it come from? So the truth is, it's a three-way machlokes where it comes from. The Rambam famously says it's a mitzvah d'oraisa. He holds Havdalah is a mitzvah d'oraisa. Mitzvah d'oraisa? Where in the world is saying the Torah to do Havdalah? But I'm going to quote the Rambam. Mitzvah min same Torah l'kadosh yom Shabbos. There's a mitzvah min Torah to say Kiddush. Right? Shenemar zocher yom haShabbos l'katchoy. Like it says, remember the day of Shabbos l'katchoy, to sanctify it, and that is in the Sefer Dibros. And from the word zocher, what does it mean zocher? Remember. Which way to remember it? So we say zocher means remembrance to words. So the Rambam Paskins, this is what everyone passes basically, Kiddush on Shabbos is the Oraisa. And we learn it from Zochar Yom Shabbos Katzai. Kalayma the Chuz Chir Shabbos the Kiddush. Shevach for Kiddush. V'sorech l'zachreu b'knisasai u b'yitziasai. And the Ram says that you have to sanctify it when? In the beginning and at the conclusion. B'knisasai b'kiddush hayom u b'yitziasai b'Havdalah. So you sanctify it in the beginning through Kiddush, and you sanctify it, or you give it proper respect by doing Havdalah between the weekday and Shabbos. So the Rambam says, black and white, green and yellow, that Shabbos, Havdalah, and Kiddush are exactly on the same playing field. It's the Oraisa, and you learn it out from Zochar Yom Shabbos Lit Katshay. Whether the wine part is the Oraisa, we're not going to involve it. Right? But definitely the concept of Kiddush and Havdalah is the Oraisa. Okay? Fine. We come to the Rashba. The Rashba, when I say here the Rashba, I don't mean the regular Rashba, I mean the Rashba in the Baal Tosis. Sometimes if you see Tosis quotes the Rashba, that's not the Rashba that we learned. That's the Rashba that lived in the times of Tosis, an earlier Rashba. He almost unbelievably, he brings a different pasuk, to tell you that you have to do Havdalah. A pasuk, you have to do Havdalah? Where's that pasuk? Well, we have a story here in the Torah that Aaron is told after another Mavi was Nifter. So Aaron is told, you're not allowed to drink wine, right? Some say another Mavi was inebriated when they walked into the Beit HaMikdash. That was when they walked into the Mishkan. So Hashem says to Aaron, Yain v'sheicha al taste. Okay. Then it says, Ulahavdul ben hakodesh u ben hachol u ben hatamei ben hator. In order to differentiate between kodesh and chol, and between tamei and tar, right? So seemingly, the simple reading of this pasuk has nothing to do with Shabbos, nothing to do with Havdalah. It's talking about, it says, hey Aaron, when you go into the Beit HaMikdash, don't get drunk. Because the Beit HaMikdash is a holy place. It's a place of sanctity, a hallowed place. So don't act like you're in the middle of the street. Don't act like you're in the middle of just the middle of Main Street. Oh, but the Rashba says no. From Olahavda ben HaKodesh L'chol is the source that you're supposed to do Havdalah. And the Baal Turim says, look, yeah, that's right. The pasuk before it's talking about yayin. The pasuk before it's talking about wine. Aaron, don't drink wine. And a minute later it says, that's a remez. That's a remez. A hint that when you do Havdalah, you're supposed to have wine. Okay. So now, you would say, how in the world does the Rashba come with makes up a drasha? It seems that has nothing to do with Shabbos. A pasuk randomly that's in the middle of the Pasha Shemini. Oh, but the truth is, he's actually, he's quoting a Gemara in Shavuos. The Gemara in Shavuos actually uses this pasuk to say it's talking about Havdalah. The Gemara says in Shavuos, how do you know someone who has Havdalah will have boys, will give birth to boys? So the Gemara says, because it says, Lahavda ben kodesh ben chol, and right next to it says the parashat Tazria, and over there it says, Isha ki Tazria v'yolda zachar. So you see that if you do Havdalah, you're going to have males. You'll have boys, tzaddikim boys. We have to read Gemara. So you see the Rashba didn't make this up.
Havdalah on what?
That's a good question. But we see that the Rashba didn't make this up, that this pasuk is referring to Havdalah. So the Rashba actually says, Midaraisa, we learn Havdalah, not from Zochar Yom Shabbos Katshay, from this pasuk Lahavda ben Kodesh ben Achol. What would be a possible nafkamina between the Rashba and the Rashba and Rambam? So I heard someone told me the name of Rabbi Fran that he thinks there'll be a nafkamina. According to the Rambam, the din of Havdalah is exactly like Kiddush. It's a It's in order to sanctify Shabbos. You sanctify the beginning, you sanctify the end. Meaning it's a din in Shabbos. According to the Rashba, it would sound like, with a good chance, it's not so much a din in Shabbos. It's more of a din, like we see in Havdalah. We want to make a demarcation, and this pasuk is randomly, it's not a pasuk that's written by Shabbos, so it's randomly a din. It's a din that you know when it gets to Sunday, make sure you make Havdalah so that you shouldn't make a mistake. You should remember that now, okay, now Shabbos over, the weekday starting, but it's not so much enlightened in the din of Shabbos per se. What would be enough? Let's say you're on Shabbos afternoon and you forgot to you want to make Havdalah on grape juice, and you didn't put it in the refrigerator. Are you allowed to put the grape juice on Shabbos into the refrigerator in order to do Havdalah? Meaning, if you want to have make a chana from Shabbos l'chol, right? Right? You have soda. Let's say you have soda. You're having a party Tuesday. You can't put soda in the refrigerator on Shabbos for a party on Tuesday. Can you put the grape juice in the refrigerator for Havdalah? So if you learn like the Rambam, yes, that's not called being making from Shabbos to Chol, because Havdalah is actually more of a din in Shabbos. So just like you can put on Shabbos morning, you can put a grape juice in the refrigerator for Shabbos afternoon, so you can put it also for Havdalah. But if you learn like the Rashba, that is not a din in Shabbos per se, it's based on this particular Havdalah ben Kodesh ben Chol, it's some random din. It could very well be, according to the Rashba, it's not such an emphasis on Shabbos, and hence you would not be able to put the grape juice into the refrigerator in order to do Havdalah. This is what Rabbi Fan wanted to say the Nafkamina is. I'm not exactly sure if he's 100% right, but this is what he wanted to say. Okay. There's another Shita, which is the Rabbeinu Tam and the Ri, that they hold this whole Havdalah is D'Rabbanan. They hold Havdalah is D'Rabbanan, and that's what they hold. So 3 Shitas. What is the source of Havdalah? According to the Rambam, the Raisa, just like Kiddush, Zachat Yom HaShabbos HaKatshay includes Kiddush and Havdalah. According to the Rashba, it's from a pasuk by Yavdalah ben Kodesh l'chol. Like I said, seemingly that pasuk has nothing to do with Shabbos, but somehow or other you make a drasha that from here is the source of Havdalah. And according to the Rabbeinu Tam, it is a din d'Rabbanan. So we already said one nafkamina between the Rashba and the Rambam, whether you can put the grape juice in the refrigerator on Shabbos for Havdalah. But another big nafkamina is women. Will women be chayiv in Havdalah? This is the big nafkamina. Why? Seemingly, women should not be chayiv in Kiddush either. Because what's the rule? Women are not chayiv on mitzvah seishes non-growth. Any mitzvah that's connected to time, lulav, shofar, sukkah, etc., we know women are not chayiv. Should women be chayiv in Kiddush? That's time related. So seemingly, women should not be chayiv in Kiddush. It's a mitzvah seishes man grama. And who asked this question? The Gemara. The Gemara in Psachim and Brachis, again I forgot to bring it, asked this question. And the Gemara says, you're right. In principle, women should not be chayiv in Kiddush. So why are they yes chayiv in Kiddush? Because we know, are women chayiv in lavim? Lavim, we don't say a lav shizman groma, women are possible. Very important. We don't say women don't got to keep Shabbos. It's man grama. No, very important. There's an essay and a lois essay. The do's and don'ts. Only in essays do we say women are possible. Essay shizman grama. We don't say in a lois essay, right? So therefore, we know women are chayiv in Shabbos. So we know that Shama v'Zachar were Dibur Echad. How do you know that? We sing it every Shabbos, right? Shama v'Zachar were Dibur Echad. Shama v'Zachar wasn't really with Dibur Echad. I mean, it was, but in the first, in one of the sets of Dibur and Parashat Yisrael it says Zachar, and the other one it says Shamar. But we say that to tell you whoever has Shamar has Zachar. So since women are chayiv in Shabbos, for the Loita say they are chayiv in Kiddush too. So Shama v'Zachar were Dibur Echad is not just a song; it's a nafkamina. And this is it's the only nafkamina actually I know about. The only nafkamina is that women are chayiv in Kiddush. So that's a given. Women are chayiv in Kiddush. What about Havdalah? It depends on us 3 reasons. If if you learn like the Rambam, that Kiddush and Havdalah are the same exact thing. The Kiddush and Havdalah are all learned from Zachar, so 1,000,000%, just like women are Chayiv and Kiddush, Chayiv Havdalah. If you learn the Rashba Bal Toifis, no, they're not Chayiv. Why would the women be Chayiv and Kiddush in Havdalah? Havdalah is some random pasuk, L'havdil ben Kodesh L'chol. And we said it may not even be so, it's not really a din in Shabbos, it's like some like admixture, some type of side din between Shabbos and Chol. So it's mitzvah she's man grama, why should women be chayiv? So according to the Rashba, there's no reason why women should be chayiv. According to the Rabbi Tam, that it's a derabanan, there the Beis Yosef, the post will equivocate. Here we say, okay, it's derabanan. It's a derabanan. Are women chayiv on mitzvah say she's man grama that a derabanan? No, definitely not. Are women chayiv in women are not chayiv on any mitzvah say she's man grama, whether it's the right derabanan. So therefore, definitely women will not be chayiv. Or do we say even though it's derabanan, but the kind of derabanan was that it should be like Kiddush. It should be like Kiddush. Since women are chayiv and Kiddush, the Rabbanan made it kind of that Havdalah is sort of like the counterpart of Kiddush, and therefore women are chayiv. So again, 3 shittas. Rambam, women are sure chayiv. Rashba, women are sure not chayiv. Rabbi Tam, not clear. Since it's din Rabbanan, it's not clear. So you think I'm making this all up? No, this is open in the Shulchan Aruch. This is open in the Beis Yosef. I didn't make any of this up. I'll just quote you. The Shulchan Aruch says, "Nashim chayavas Havdalah, kishem shechayavas bekiddush, v'yesh mi shechaylik." There you go. Some say Nashim just like the chayav and kiddush, the chayav Havdalah, and some argue. Now, what do you mean some argue? Not that they argue about whether the chayav and kiddush. For sure, women are chayav and kiddush. There's no question about that. That's open Gemara. The question is, there's no open Gemara about Havdalah. And since there's no open Gemara about Havdalah, depending on what the source of Havdalah is, so what does the, so what do we do? What do we do? Some say women should make Havdalah, some say women should not make Havdalah. So, comes the Ramah, and says, hence, since we don't know what the halacha is, the best thing is that women should not make Kiddush on their own. Women should not make Havdalah on their own. What should they do? They should hear from the men. Why? Very good. If the woman says it, Havdalah, there's a chance she's saying a bracha Havdalah. Right? The woman's about to say Havdalah. Rashba says you shouldn't say it. Rambam says you should say it. Rabbi Tam, we're not too sure what he said. It could be it's a bracha Havdalah. Okay, right. You're right.
It's unclear whether it's mitzvah with a Rabbanan.
Who?
Rabbi
Tam says Havdalah is mitzvah d'Rabbanan. That's clear.
On men.
On men. The question is it a mitzvah d'Rabbanan on women too? That's the question. Meaning, again, according to Rambam, the sure on men and women equal. According to Rashba, only on men. It's the right according to Rashba, but only on men. According to Rabbi Tam, since it's a d'Rabbanan Havdalah, we didn't know exactly how the Rabbanan enacted this tikana. Did they say it's like Kiddush? Or no, they said it's din d'Rabbanan. Okay, din d'Rabbanan, but it wouldn't apply to women because women are not chayiv and the mitzvah says shman grama.
Is it a din d'Rabbanan in Shabbat?
Well, that would be the same question. I mean, the truth is that would be the same question. This din d'Rabbanan of Rabbeinu Tam, did they say it's exactly like Kiddush, so it's like a din of Shabbat, or did they say it's more of a din of Chol, so it wouldn't be like? I'll just quote here. I'm just saying what the Mishnah Berurah says. He says, "Nashim chayav is one shita, afagav shis mitzvah man grama, dibitine eat Shabbat, each for each is Shabbat. Each zachar shamar." That's the Rambam. And Havdalah is just like Zachar, and Havdalah is part of Zachar, and since women are chayiv in Shabbat, they're chayiv in Kiddush. But yesh mi shechaylik, Svirlu, Havdalah, Kivan Chi Bichol, Einoi, Tluya Binyan Din Shabbos. The Yemish Chalik say, no, Havdalah is more of a Din Chol, i.e. when we do Havdalah, we do it in the Chol, and therefore they hold that it has nothing to do with Shabbos per se, obviously with Shabbos, but, and hence, women are not Chayiv. Women are not Chayiv in Havdalah. So that's it. I just spoke it out. Ramban, women are Vishor Chayiv. Rashba, women are not Chayiv. There's been a time that it's Havdalah is D'Rabbanan. How do we look at it? It's like D'Rabbanan and Din in Shabbos, or is it a D'Rabbanan and Din in Kol? Okay? Good. Now.
Why can't she opt into the bracha?
What?
Why can't she opt into the bracha?
Oh my gosh, this guy's a genius. What's your name?
Yaakov.
So Yaakov over here, you know the Beis Midrash?
Yeah.
That's why. Yaakov is mechav to the Bach's question. Excellent. We'll get to that soon. But let's get it straight. What is going on here? The Ramah says like this. Our woman is in a quandary. Right? She wants to say Havdalah, I want to say Havdalah. Wait a minute. 50 rabbis say don't say it. 50 rabbis say do say it. If I do this, if I don't say it, I'll get these rabbis. If I do say it, I get these rabbis. But it's more, if I do say it, and I'm not supposed to say it, it's a bracha l'tola. You just can't walk around and start saying shahakals and buy pre-eitzes, just because you feel good about it, right? You just can't do that. You can't make bracha they know how to do. Oh. So the Ramah says, no problem. The woman should not say it. The woman should not say it. And she should hear it from her husband. And then you're okay. Why are you okay? Because the husband anyway has to say it. She's not saying it. She's just listening. She is being yoyt with shemei ka'ina. So you basically make sure you make sure that everyone is happy. You didn't say it, but you were yoytza. If you had to be yoytza, you were yoytza. And if you didn't have to be yoytza, so you didn't do anything wrong. Oh. Okay. Now, Yaakov says, wait 1 second here. There's something that's not making too much sense. What are we worried about? We're worried about the woman can't say it because according to the Rashba, or maybe according to Medadam, she's not mechuyev. Yaakov says women make brachas that they're not mechuyev. In the Ashkenazi world, when women shake lulav, do they make a bracha? Yes. Shake, right? Do they make a bracha when they do shofar? Yes. Right? Do they make a bracha when they sit in the sukkah? Yes. So, Yaakov asking the Bach's question. What's the Bach's question? I don't understand. Even if they are not mechuyev, even if the women are not mechuyev in Havdalah, but why can't they volunteer and say it anyway? So why did Ramah say to the woman, don't say Havdalah? You may not be chayav. And then you're wasting, it's a bracha l'tola. What's the big deal? Women are allowed to make optional brachas. So if you're like a Sephardi, it's good. But the problem is the Ramah is the one talking here. What is the Ramah? An Ashkenazi. So this is the Bach question. And the Bach says, he doesn't know what the Ramah is talking about, he's very upset, and he says the Ramah is wrong. He says a woman can make Havdalah, no problem. Again, we're not getting involved in the beard part. But the woman can make Havdalah, no problem. Because even if they're not mechayiv, they can voluntarily do it. So how are we going to answer to Ramah's question? The question of Ramah. We have 3 answers. 3 possible answers. 1 answer from the Magen Avraham, 1 answer from the Taz, and 1 answer from Rabbi Zal Meltzer. Okay, so let's do first the Taz. Who is the Taz? The Bach's son-in-law. Right? The Taz is the Bach's son-in-law. So the Bach, his father-in-law, said, no problem. Anyone can make a bracha. The woman can make the bracha of Havdalah, no problem. Because even if they're not mechuyev, they can voluntarily do it. Says the Taz, no, not true. Taz says, the only time that we say a woman could voluntarily say a bracha is if the mitzvah is d'oraisa. Is sukkah d'oraisa? Yes. The woman wants to voluntarily do the mitzvah d'oraisa, then she can say a bracha too. Right. But when the mitzvah itself is d'Rabbanan, so the men are doing it only d'Rabbanan, and now you want to volunteer and do mitzvah d'Rabbanan and make a bracha about that? That's too far removed. So hence, if Havdalah, right? Since we're since we're saying Havdalah may be Drabanan, we don't know. We don't know all the sheep. Right. According to Rambam, the woman anyway commits Havdalah. We're not going in the Rambam's world. We're going in the Rabbeinu Tam's world, or the Rashba Baal Place world. In the Rabbeinu Tam's world, Havdalah is Drabanan. And we don't know if women are mechuyev in it. We don't know if the Tikkun Drabanan was, it should be exactly like Kiddush, or the Tikkun Drabanan was, no. Havdalah is its own separate mitzvah, and if it's its own separate mitzvah, women are not mechuyev, because mitzvah is Shman Goma. So, since we're choishish, we're suspect for the Rabbeinu Tam, so what does the woman want to say? Okay, I'll make it anyway. I'll make a bracha anyway. Oh. So the Taz, since the mitzvah of Havdalah is only Drabanan, you cannot the women cannot volunteer a bracha when the mitzvah itself is Drabanan. Sukkah is Deraisa. Sukkah is Deraisa. We say, okay, women, since you're volunteering, you're allowed to say the bracha. Right? A shofar is Deraisa. So since you're volunteering to blow the shofar, we're allowed to say the bracha. But when the bracha itself is Drabanan, when the mitzvah itself is Drabanan, then we will not allow the woman to volunteer bracha. What is the source behind this? The point is very simple. We are very, I would say, queasy, or we're very wary of just saying brachas. Right? Saying brachas, we don't like, right? We're not rebbes. We don't say brachas. We're very worried about brachas. So depending on how the importance of the bracha or the weightiness of the bracha, will we allow someone to volunteer. A mitzvah deraisa, say, you woman want to volunteer, we'll allow you to say bracha about that too. Because the issue is a very hefty issue. But if already the issue is not such a hefty issue, i.e. Havdalah, which is, according to Rabbi, only Drabanan, there we're going to say, you know what, keep away from the bracha. Keep away from the bracha. Keep away. You want to volunteer? Keep away. That's the source behind it. Okay? That's the answer to the Taz. The Taz says that no, the Bach is wrong. The woman cannot volunteer. If the woman is not chayiv in Havdalah, the woman can actually not volunteer. The Magen Avraham has a different answer. Now, you had your question. What would be a problem with this? Someone asked me this question. According to this, a woman should not make on second days. She should not say Asher. She shouldn't say the bracha. The second day is Drabanan. Yeah, that's a good question. I presume the Taz would answer, but it's Ikar Deraisa. It's based on Deraisa. Havdalah is not based on any Deraisa. According to Rabbeinu Tam, it holds Havdalah is only Drabanan, not based on Deraisa. Mashiach came the Megillah. Women are Mechayiv Megillah. Because said that's different. Women are Chayiv Megillah in the first place. So the 6th day, the shaking of the lulav is based on a Deraisa because they used to do it in the Mikdash. So it's based on a Deraisa. But Havdalah, if you hold this Drabanan, again, it's a little confusing. There's the Rambam, there's the Rashba, and we go down to Rabbeinu Tam. Because we have to be worried about all the shittas. So if in Rabbeinu Tam's world, it has no base at all of a Deraisa. Okay. What does the Magen Avraham answer? The Magen Avraham says a different answer. Bach, you're wrong. His name is Magen Avraham. Yes, women can volunteer a bracha. But that's only where there's an actual act involved and a bracha, i.e., women shake a lulav, yeah, and then they also make a bracha. But the bracha is an adjunct. They shake the lulav, I'll shake the lulav, I'll keep the lulav, right? Sukkah, they eat in the sukkah, and they make a bracha. Over here by Havdalah, the whole mitzvah is a bracha. There is nothing else here. The whole thing is just a bracha. So let's get the chiluk first. When do we say a woman could volunteer a bracha? When there's an asiyah too. When there's an actual action. But when the whole entire mitzvah is a bracha, then women cannot. What's the Magen Avraham Raya? What will be the story behind this? I would say something along the same lines.
How can women daven Shmona Esrei? How can women daven Shmona Esrei?
That's a good question. That's the whole machlokes. Are they chayiv? They're not chayiv. The whole machlokes. But but we say because tefillah is something that everyone needs. Right? Everyone needs.
Say Baruch Hashem, but don't say bracha. Shmona Esrei.
No. The Gemara says that everyone needs tefillah. Everyone needs tefillah. But since everyone needs tefillah, it could be that women are. It's all machlokes in the Rambam. Talk to me after. It's machlokes in the Ramban about tefillah. So now, bottom line is, what are we saying? So according to Magen Avram, only when there's an asiyah can you also make a bracha. But when Magen Avram brings a raya, have you ever seen your wife or mother or go out by Kiddush Levana and start doing Kiddush Levana? Never. Maybe you saw some woman howling at the moon, but you never saw any women saying the Kiddush Levana. Right? Why not? Why did they say Kiddush Levana? Why not? They do. They say, it's mitzvah shema gava. So what? Mitzvah shema gava, but women always try to do every mitzvah possible, even mitzvah shema grama. They do sukkah, they do little answers of the Magen Avram. This reason. Because Kiddush Levana, the whole mitzvah is a bracha. Since the whole mitzvah is a bracha, there, even Ashkenazim agree that a woman cannot volunteer. Right? Well, what is the story behind this? You could say the same thing we said in the line before. A mitzvah that has an asiyah is called an chashuv. A mitzvah is asiyah, so we let the women also make a bracha. But a mitzvah that's a dibur has not so hefty or is not considered so important in a sense. So we say, woman, keep away. Don't volunteer brachas. Of important mitzvah, you can volunteer bracha. What's an important mitzvah? When they do an action. That's more so with that concept. That when you do an action, it's called something more important. And therefore we say, okay, you want to make a bracha too, you're allowed to, because it's such an important issue. But the thing that's not so important, i.e., it's only a bracha without any action, then we tell the women to keep away. Is that the pshat? If that would be the pshat, we'd have a little bit of problem with halal. The women do make a bracha on halal, and over there it's only talking. Meaning, let's backtrack. Bas says women can make Havdalah. Why? No problem. Even if they're not chayiv, they can volunteer. Taz says no, they cannot volunteer. Even because there's a mitzvah d'rabbanan, you can't do a bracha on a mitzvah d'rabbanan. And the Magen Avram's answer is, since the whole mitzvah is only a bracha, when the whole mitzvah is only a bracha, then women cannot volunteer. Kiddush is only a bracha, but that's the chayiv d'oraisa. We said already, women are chayiv d'oraisa. That's not, women are chayiv d'oraisa. The question is, what exactly does the Magen Avram mean? Does he mean? What? For example, what would the Magen Avram say by Sfirus HaOmer? Sfirus HaOmer is also only dibur.
But it's counting.
Sfirus HaOmer is also only dibur. So according to the Magen Avram understanding, a woman should not be able to say a bracha on Sfirus HaOmer because it's only dibur. And we said something that's only dibur, a woman cannot say a bracha.
Isn't it bring a korban also? At least today we don't have the korban. Saying back then they brought korban.
Sfirus HaOmer had nothing to do with it. Maybe it was connected to the korban, but the actual mitzvah is just speaking. So these are questions that people ask the Magen Avram. I don't want to get involved. I understand the Magen Avram meant something different. I understand the Magen Avram meant like this. When the woman is anyway doing an action, she's taking the lulav. She's sure she can take the lulav. She's sure she can blow the shofar. So when the bracha is an adjunct, we allow her to make the bracha. She said, listen, I'm taking the lulav. I'm doing the shofar. I'm doing the sukkah. So we can't tell her, don't make the bracha. By Sfirus HaOmer too, I'm counting. So let me make the bracha. Halal. I'm saying halal. So let me make the bracha before. But where the whole mitzvah is only a bracha and no other part, that's where the Magen Avram says, then if the whole mitzvah is just a bracha, just keep away. Just keep away. Meaning, when the woman is going to do the mitzvah anyway and the bracha is an adjunct, then the woman could do it. But when the mitzvah is only a bracha, then we say keep the woman away. This is the way I would have said, but I see from the Achronim they understand the Magen Avram differently. They understand the Magen Avram the first way. Anytime it's just words, so it's not so important, so don't make a bracha on it. Because they ask in the Magen Avram, so what about halal? What about Sfirus HaOmer? What about other cases? So Those are the two ways to understand the Magen Avraham. Peter the May, this is the Magen Avraham's answer. The Bach is wrong. You cannot make a bracha, the woman cannot make a volunteer bracha because, like we said, Havdalah is only a bracha.
There is an adjunct part to it.
Where?
The whole
There's no adjunct to
what is the bracha?
right, the Nair some extra credit. What is Havdalah? Just the bracha. Nothing else. You say, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem.
I was saying Kiddush Levana, I'm saying.
There's no adjunct to Kiddush Levana. It's just the bracha. This time we say, this time we jump around, and we say Shalom Aleichem. That's just, I don't know where that's just, I don't know where that came from exactly. But that's not, the bracha, Kiddush Levana is the bracha neto. Sirius Omer is only words, but there's the mitzvah part. Today is the 27th day, and there's a preliminary part. We make a bracha, an adjunct. That's two parts. Kiddush Levana is only bracha. Kiddush is only bracha. Havdalah is only bracha. Right?
Can't you say that?
Now I know we drink the wine, but that's not part of the mitzvah. Right? Don't ask me, Havdalah is also a ma'aser you drink. The drinking is not the mitzvah. The drinking is something you just have to do because you made a bracha on it. Havdalah is only a bracha. Kiddush is only bracha. Kiddush Levana is only bracha. Okay? And the truth is, the whole, do you have to drink the wine or not? You possibly do have to drink the wine. But you see from the conversation whether you have to drink the wine or not, that's not the mitzvah. It's just like, hey, you made a bracha. Basically what you do by Havdalah Kiddush is, you say, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Why do you have wine there? What does wine got to do with that? It's just to give it some type of credibility, to give it some type of importance. The only reason why the wine is there is to make it choshev. So therefore, there is a sign. You don't got to drink the wine at all. Just say Baruch Hashem and make the bracha, and don't drink the wine. And the truth is, the law is anyone can drink the wine. Even a little kid can drink the wine. The drinking wine is not the ma'aser mitzvah by Kiddush, and the drinking wine is not the ma'aser mitzvah by Havdalah. Okay? The mitzvah is only the bracha. Now, it's getting late. Bottom line is, Zalman wants to say a whole different reason. And this is a little bit complicated. Everything now is easy. This is a complicated concept. The concept is like this. Let's say you make a bracha. And then you start talking. And you drink. Are you allowed to drink the wine? No. If you make a bracha, you make a birkat nehenim, and you just randomly talk, you have to make a new bracha. Let's say you say, and all of a sudden you hear Baruch Hu, or you hear Amen, you make an Amen. Or you say Kedusha, you also got to make a new bracha. You got to make a new bracha. Doesn't make a difference. The only thing I'm going to make a new bracha is if you say something that's related to the meal. Pass the salt. Anything that's unrelated to the meal, even if it's a random Amen, you got to make a new bracha. So, let's think about this. How does a woman make a Baruch Hashem? She's going to say, how's she make Havdalah? She's going to say, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Okay, you're supposed to drink now. No. I want to volunteer another bracha. Wait a minute. What do you mean you want to volunteer? Yeah. I want to volunteer. But you just made a Baruch Hashem, you have to drink right away. So she's like, no. I want to volunteer Havdalah. When you do Havdalah, you do Baruch Hashem, then you make a bracha. But we say to her, yeah, usually you can volunteer a bracha. Usually you could volunteer a bracha. But over here, you're volunteering a bracha is causing a heflik between the Baruch Hashem. Because if you weren't supposed to say Havdalah Darai, if you're not Mechut say Havdalah, let's say you're not Mechut say Havdalah. You say Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, you should drink right away. No, I want to volunteer now. Well, randomly you could volunteer. You want to say, on Lulav you want to say a bracha, fine. You want to say a bracha on Sukkah, fine. You want to say a bracha on Shofar, fine. But you're supposed to drink the wine now. You just who said you can volunteer a bracha and call the hefzik between the Baruch Hashem and you're drinking of the wine?
But then you could do it together. Two people do it together.
You could change the order. Yeah, but we don't pass the Beishama. We don't do the we do the order afterwards. You're right. If you change the order, it wouldn't be a problem. But we pass like we pass like Beishama. We pass like Beis Hill. But that's not the way you do it. It could be Rabbi, that's a good question. But so basically, that's why. So 3 reasons. So what do we? So that's the 3 reasons. Why can't women make Havdalah? Answer. Step 1. Step 1. It's more. It could be she's not mechuyev. That's step 1. Step 2. Even if she's not mechuyev, can she volunteer? No, she can't volunteer. Why not? A. We have the Taz reasons. We have the Bungalas Brown reason, and we have the Ritzal Mouth reason. Now, we actually find this Ritzal Mouth problem we find by when your mother goes into a sukkah. Most women don't know this. What do? They take a cookie, make a zaynis, and your mother says a leishiv, and then she eats it. That's not right. She should not make a leishiv. If a woman goes to a sukkah, she has to do a mezainis, eat, then make the leishiv. For the same problem. You made a bracha by your name mezainis. You have to eat the cookie right now. You can't talk about the sports, you can't talk about the weather, you can't say mains. Oh no, I want to volunteer a leishiv sukkah. Wait a minute, you want to volunteer? That's very nice. But you have to eat the cookie now. For men, it's not a problem. Because since men are mechuyev in the bracha, it's not called a hefsek. Men say bracha to Hashem ha'maytach min haaretz, and right away they can say a leishiv. It's a hefsek. No, it's not a hefsek because they have to make that bracha. But women who just want to volunteer it, it's not so clear that they can volunteer it because you're making a hefsek. So hence, a lot of places say this is not set in stone, but a lot of places say that women, when they go into the sukkah, they should not make a leishiv. They should first eat a little bit, then make the leishiv. Now, well, that's where it's a moot point because that's why it's not so clear. On one hand, they want to make leishiv, but on the other hand, it's a volunteer. They don't really have to do it. So since it's voluntarily, so maybe it is called a hefsek. What? That's different. That's directly related to the Suda. That's clearly not called a hefsek. But the women decide they want to be overright. They want to be righteous. What do you mean you want to be righteous? But you made them a zaynis now. You made a guffin now. Now you want to add in a bracha that you're allowed to add, but you don't really need to do it. So it will be called a hefsek. That's what it's down with. So what's the bottom line? Rabbi say. The bottom line is. That's what their ma says. A woman should not make Havdalah. Finished. And she can't even volunteer it now. So why can't a woman? Okay, fine. Next step. Why can't a woman drink the wine? Everyone could, right? A husband makes a kid, makes Havdalah. She didn't make it. She kept her ama. She didn't make Havdalah. She didn't make the Havdalah. She just listened. Why can't she drink it? So here we have 2 reasons. We have the same isser, one reason is the same problem that Ritzal Mouth said a minute ago. What is the woman going to do? She listens to the husband. 99% of the time she'll say amen. So she listens to her husband. Husband said, Baruch Hashem, great. Then she hears Bari Mariash, she hears Havdalah. According to some poskim, she is not mechuyev in that. Right? That's where we're going. So when she says amen, there was no reason for her to say amen. So it comes out, by the time when she's drinking the Bari Guffen, when she's drinking the wine, she said 2 amens that she didn't have to say. So that's why they made a special takana, don't drink the wine. That's why they said don't drink the wine for the same reason. What happened? Again, this is all on the side if you hold that she's not mechuyev. You have to keep this in your head. If she's mechuyev, no problem. She said amen. If she's mechuyev, she's mechuyev. And if you hold it to Bach, she for sure could say amen because she could volunteer. But if you hold like that, forget about what he just said about the volunteer amen. That could be a problem also. But basically, if she's mechuyev, sure she could say amen. But if she's not mechuyev, the amen could be a problematic. Hey, woman, why you bring? Your husband said 5 minutes ago, boy, prayer guffin. Why did you drink it then? Okay. Well, I didn't say no. He said amen, amen. What did he say amen for? He had no reason to say amen. It could be not mechuyev an adult. So that's why Mrs. all says that's why that you could tell her not to say amen. They're always out of this. You tell her not to say amen. Yeah, but still, you waited a long time, and you didn't have to wait that long. So in order to keep safe, we tell the woman, do not drink the wine. So basically, the same reason why we tell her, according to Mrs. Zalman, why not to make Havdalah is the same reason why we'll tell her not to drink the wine. It'll be a hefty. Oh, now.
What about a cotton?
What? Should. Oh, wait, yes. You're correct. You are correct. But Mrs. Zalman says, we just said to make life simple, because tell her, don't say amen. Because they don't say amen. Let the husband make Havdalah, and don't say amen. Just to the first, let's say Boy Pri Guffin. When the husband says Boy Pri Guffin, say amen, and the other two don't say amen. Yes, there are ways out of it. But this someone said they just said it's not going to work. We just tell the women don't drink the wine. Oh, now, the Magen Avram gives a whole different reason. The Magen Avram says, look at the Shloh, and the Shloh Kodesh says basically. It's a knas. We don't want the woman to drink the wine at the knas. Why the knas? Because, like we just saw in the Gemara in Sanhedrin, what was the Eitz Hadas Tevera? What was the fruit? It was grape. And because the woman, I'm paraphrasing here. Basically, since Tov and Ra became all mixed up, that's what happened. What happened when Adam Rishon ate the forbidden fruit? He became an admixture. Right? One day you wake up, right? So like one day we feel we want to go to Seder, next day we don't want to go to Seder. By me it's like every 20 minutes. One day this, one day that. What happened? Because we're all messed up, we're all confused, right? We're admixture. Who caused that admixture? Chava. Right? She caused it. So by Havdalah, which represents separation, we say you can't drink. You don't deserve to drink by Havdalah because you're the one who caused this anti-Havdalah. So I'm basically saying what the Shloh says. I'm paraphrasing it. So B'kitzur, and that's what the Magen Avram says. Why do women not drink Havdalah wine? It's a punishment. It's a punishment. So why do we give the punishment by Kiddush? Say, women, don't drink the Kiddush wine. No. The answer is, Kiddush has nothing to do with anything. It's by Havdalah, where the point of Havdalah is separation, and she was anti-separation. She caused that everything should become commingled, everything should get mixed up. So only by Havdalah we do the knas. The two reasons why we don't drink the wine. Bottom line is, what would be the nafkamina? What would be the nafkamina to these reasons? Very good. The bottom line is, it's getting late. The bottom line is, a widow or someone who does not have a husband, right? Whatever, a widow or single parent. What is the law? Does she make Havdalah now? We just said, don't drink the wine, and you're not going to make the bracha. We just had a whole share about that. The halacha l'maisa is, if a woman, if she has no one making the Havdalah for her, she for sure makes Havdalah, and she for sure drinks the wine. For sure. No question about it. Why? Because the Iker Halacha is that, like the Rambam. The Iker Halacha is that she is chayiv. That's Mishnah brings down. The Iker Halacha is that she is chayiv in Havdalah, and we're just suspect for the Rabbeinu Tam and the Rashba. It's all like machmer. And this thing about not drinking the wine is all either Kabbalistic or, like we said, this Zalman Meltzer's reason. But at the end of the day, since the Iker Halacha is she is Havdalah, when push comes to shove, definitely the woman makes Havdalah and definitely she drinks the wine. But one thing, if it could be beer, it would be better. We know that Havdalah could be done on beer, and even Chamar Medina, whatever Chamar Medina is, you're allowed to do Havdalah on beer. And it depends. In principle, I don't get involved what Chamar Medina is exactly. Whatever it is, so we'll tell the woman, listen, you got to make Havdalah. But if you want to be choishish for this Kabbalistic reason that the Shloh brought down, that wouldn't apply to beer, because beer was not the Eitz Hadas. So basically, that's halacha. If she could stomach beer, then she should make Havdalah, and it should be done with beer. But if it doesn't help for Issa Zalman, that's what I said. For Issa Zalman's problem, for Issa Zalman's Meltzer, he didn't know who he was, right? He was Rabbi Aaron Cutler's father-in-law, if I'm not mistaken, right? So his problem had nothing to do with this Kabbalistic reason. His reason was we don't want her to drink because a main was maybe hefsek according to some shitas. So beer, it wouldn't make a difference in his reason, beer or wine. But if you go like the Magen Avraham reason, it would make a difference between beer and wine. The bottom line is that you have to also make sure anyone who's married, I have a lot more to say, but we have to end over here. Anyone who's married, when he's listening to Havdalah, he should be mitzvah his wife, and he should make sure he wasn't yaitza before. Because if he was yaitza before, then you messed up, right? Let's think about it. Let's say the husband was in shul and heard Havdalah, and he was yaitza in shul. So then, when he comes home, his wife say, "Okay, make for me Havdalah." That's a no-no. That's like the worst thing to do. Why? Because we say, listen, why am I making Havdalah? I already made it already. Oh, for a man could be a man. A man who already made Havdalah could make Havdalah for another man. That's called arvis, right? Right? So even if I was if I did Havdalah, and for whatever reason Yaakov here can't do it, for whatever reason, I could do it for him. For whatever reason. It's not good, but for whatever reason he can't do it, I could do it for him. Okay? But when I come to a woman, if I was already yaitza, so what am I making it for? I'm making it for the woman, but she may not be chayav. So it'd be much better for her to do it then, because at least if she doesn't, she can volunteer. Meaning, if the husband was already yaitza, it's counterproductive for him to make it. It makes much more sense for the woman to make it, because if the woman makes it, even if she's not chayav, but at least according to the Bach, she's allowed to volunteer the bracha. But I can't volunteer the bracha for her. Meaning, if I didn't make Havdalah yet, I definitely can make it, and she could be a tag on to me. She could listen to me and be Shmei Koina. So I'm making it for myself. You want to volunteer? Okay, you can volunteer. You can listen to my bracha, and I'm saying it, and you're yaitza. But if I already made Havdalah, so I can't make a bracha for her and volunteer it for her. What am I making the bracha for? I was yaitz already. Oh no, she wants to volunteer a bracha. That's her business. I can't volunteer a bracha for her. So bekitzer, if the husband already heard of Havdalah, this happens a lot by Yom Kippur at night. This happens a lot after Yom Tov, or in the old days they used to make Havdalah in the shul. The husband should not have a mind to be yaitza. Because if he did have a mind to be yaitza, he should not make the Havdalah. She has to make it. Because at least then, if she's not mechuyev, at least then she'll be doing it based on the Bach that she can volunteer. Okay? That's the bottom. So bottom line is, what happens to the beard? Where does the beard business come from? Any from girl. Anyone. I know any Balchubi will say, where does it come from? But any from girl will say, yeah, we can't. And no one knows the source of it. There is no source for this at all. There is no source. There is no source. Yaakov Kamenetsky says that probably what happened was that, nowadays, I don't know about you, but when I come to Havdalah, I don't want to touch wine. I don't want to. We fight now who should drink it because everyone's so full. It used to be. It was called a delicacy. It was called something. So the girls would like to drink the wine. And they were fighting for it. So somehow or other, they made up this wives' tale that if you drink it, since only men should drink it, they made it. Oh, if you drink it, you're like a man, and you're gonna grow a beard. So it came out of nowhere. It's a myth. It's a total myth, and that is not. There are other conjectures where it came from. Bottom line is, the issue of women not drinking Havdalah has nothing to do with because they're going to grow a beard, and if she drinks red wine, it's not going to be red beard, and white wine, it's going to be a white beard. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the reason of the Shlah Kaddish, because of the Chavaz Chet, or because of the reason of Reb Isser Zalman Meltzer. There's the other reasons. Again, it's all conjecture. This is what it is. So, Rabbi say, bottom line is, women should not make Havdalah. The husband should make it. If she's a widow and she has no choice, then she is allowed to make it herself, and she definitely must drink the wine, and she will not grow a beard. Okay, we'll stop over here.